Welcome back to the video, guys. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Thank you guys for joining me, your boy Tony, today. Today I want to do a little bit of an update video on kind of what's been going on with, and California didn't really agree with me, and it rained last night. Everything's wet, it is what it is. It's not like I'm gonna drive the car anyways. I can't. So let's just kind of go over what happened, and I'll tell you guys what's going on right now. If you guys are new to the channel, this is my 2007 Nissan 350Z HR. Pretty basic, fully stripped and gutted, weighing 2,800 pounds. It's pretty much light as hell. It's got exhaust intakes, that's all I had, stock headers, tuned by admin. Let me just show you guys the inside. Gutted, boys. It's a mess in here, I know. I keep all my stuff in here. So it's a storage pretty much now that it doesn't work. Spider webs literally everywhere. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's spider webs everywhere. I literally have not driven this car since like, I think it's been a month. I think I took it apart June 16th. It's a little bit over a month. It's like July 20th right now. So she was officially down for the whole summer pretty much, and I really wanted to drive this car in the summer. That's why we took it apart during the winter. But it didn't even last more than 3,000 miles, to be honest, before we had to crack her open again. So right now I got everything covered, but this is pretty much how she's shitting. Granted, I still have, this thing is already off, but I just have it holding on with one bolt so I won't get anything in the insides dirty. But I'm gonna go ahead and take it off and show you kind of what's going on. So originally I was just gonna do the gallery gaskets, which is just these things on the motor. But the other plate got fucked up. Like the one that originally came on the car got messed up. This is another one. Shout out to my boy Unique. Shout out to Unique Motorsports. Georgie, homie, hooked it up. Got a new one. New gaskets already in there. They're already torqued down to 12 foot-pounds. Some of the bolts was already kind of messed up. Like when I took them out, they had like threads on the inside, and I tried to make it work. But these new bolts that are like Allen style didn't want to go in and didn't want to stay tight. So I'm gonna try to find a clip of when I put it back together the first time, and the oil pressure was fine up until 60, and then it wouldn't pass 60. So I took it apart because I didn't like the way it was doing it. Let's see how it reacts. So I can show you guys. And you guys are probably wondering why the hell this thing is out of the car. Well, let me go ahead and show you why. Can't show you guys what's in this box. That's the next setup, so I'm just gonna go get it and move it. So the cover is fine. It's right here. It's upside down. Everything's fine about this. Nothing wrong. Just got to clean out like the old gasket from the first time I put it back together. This is kind of where I have my problem. These are the ones that got messed up. Specifically this one and this one. The threads were just trash and it wouldn't tighten anymore. This one I was able to save because the bolt broke and I had to like take it out with the bolt saver and all that crap. But yeah, let me tell you what happened yesterday. So yesterday, like I said, the other one in the trunk is ready, but I had to take it apart because I need to like align these dowel pins, these cams. So everything's actually off. You actually can check out everything. Everything's actually off. Nothing is actually on there. No wiring harness. The valve core is already off. Plenum is already off. No wiring harness. I think I said that. Everything's pretty much taken apart because I was gonna pull this off, and as you can see, there is a fat gap right here and right here. So we did start taking it apart, but just like this front timing cover, it has two bolts that go in from the oil pan. This one does too, and we didn't take those off, and they kind of go right underneath this and this. They kind of go in like that, and we didn't take them off. And as you can see, there's a fat ass crack in my upper oil pan. That's not supposed to be there, obviously. So that being said, shout out to Georgie from Unique Motorsports again, coming in clutch like always. Already sent me the part. It's on its way. But obviously, if you guys know about these motors, this upper oil pan goes all the way back to hold the starter and the tranny, so the motor has to officially come out. Where I was trying to make it work, just doing it here, and that's kind of where we messed up. We tried to pry it off and it kind of just broke it off, so that's where we messed up on. And again, I'm just telling you guys this so you guys can learn from my mistakes and hopefully not mess up like I did, because I don't want you guys to have your car down for months, you know, and waiting on parts forever, because I waited for those gaskets forever. I ordered one pair and I messed it up. Like I said, it didn't hold on, so I replaced the gaskets again, and then that's when I found out this thing was messed up and gaskets got covered in oil, so I couldn't reuse those. So I ordered a third set, and the third set they sent me some crappy ones, some crappy gaskets, so I had to reach out to the company, get my other one shipped out, and those took a while, so I had to wait. And those are the ones currently on the other piece which is ready in the trunk, but now I have to wait for that part, you know. You gotta wait for this lower oil pan. But I did see that you can put all of this together, like this front timing cover, put the engine in timing, and do all that stuff. From what I've seen, I can do that, put everything back together on the top side, but I would only have to put back the 4 bolts on the bottom and obviously the rest of them for the oil pan, and then put the oil pan on oil. So my plan is to hopefully get some of this work done while this part is on the way. So I'm not sure if these bolts are going to come out. It looks like they're a little bit bent now, but I think they should be able to come out. But well, now the question is, how am I going to take it out and where I'm going to put it? So if you guys are not keeping up with the infamous VQ gang, you guys should on IG, infamous VQs. So our president, he does the rapping, raps, the boy Nismo. He came through with this. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about exactly what's going on here. This is an engine stand, and I needed one of these because obviously I need to put the motor somewhere when I take it out, right? To be able to work on it, flip it upside down and put the oil pan on. So this motor, the homie came through with the motor and stand, and I originally bought it so that I could use the lower oil pan. But if you guys can tell, there's not really one on there. Luckily, I already have it coming, and it looks like Nismo was disassembling this. But let me go ahead and show you guys the motor. This is actually the VHR off the homie his first Nismo, before he blew up the motor. This is the first motor he blew. No longer has that car, RIP. So we're just gonna try to disassemble this motor. I don't really need it. It is blown, so I don't know if it spun a bearing or this and that, right? It did look pretty clean in here, if you guys can see that, but obviously all the cams are rusted out and the lifters are rusted out. Not the lifters, but like the VVT solenoids, the actual cam gears for those are messed up, all rusted. It pretty much, valves are rusted in there too, so the heads are pretty much garbage, but there's still some potential in this motor. This looks honestly way different than mine. But basically what my plan is for this one, since it is a VHR, and if you guys kind of keep up with like VQ, like what's going on in the VQ scene, a lot of people get like these VHR bottom ends and slap them on with HR heads, so you get a higher compression ratio for like NA or, you know, boosted cars. People make like 350 wheel horsepower on an NA setup. They probably make over 600 easily with this kind of setup on, you know, forced induction. If you guys are wondering how to tell, this is right here, VQ37 VHR. I'm not gonna say VHR, but it's a VQ37, so the other mine would say VQ35. But anyways, my plan is to tear this thing down, take off the actual heads. If anybody wants the heads, hit me up. They're for free. I'll just let them go. I don't care. I just kind of want the block. That's the only thing I need, only thing I care about, because I'm gonna keep that and hopefully have someone or me myself refurbish it, take care of it, you know, and hopefully slap it on later when that motor blows up, if it doesn't blow up when I start it. But yeah, pretty much I don't know if any of these stuff is any good. These are kind of fucked up. I don't know if the actual, I don't know, it's a blown motor, so I don't know exactly what's going on. This knock sensor seems pretty good. I mean, if you guys want the heads, hit me up. Hipton Tunas up, Instagram. I'm gonna keep the block, that's the only thing, and the stand. I'm gonna use the stand to get the other motor done. This motor, I'm gonna put it to the side, probably put it in storage or something, so I can just make a list of all the parts that I need. But this, I don't want you guys to think that this is gonna be necessarily at the moment kind of thing, like I'm gonna jump right on this, get this started. No, honestly, I did want to do this, and obviously I do have the motor for it now, the block and my heads, but I really want that one to blow first, because honestly, we've honestly built this car for the track, like wheel setup, interior, you know, suspension. We pretty much simplified this for the track. No AC, no heater core, no nothing, gutted on the inside. I honestly just want to track the hell out of this thing, actually jump on it, get better at the track, learn about the track, all that good stuff. We kind of live backyard of Laguna Seca, and they have a lot of events out there, a lot of track events, and I would really like to jump on that. That is the goal for myself. Not really into the whole highway warrior thing. I know a lot of people are, and that's fine if you are. Like if you live for the highway, doing digs, rolls, whatever. I kind of just want to jump on the track and be much more of a well-rounded kind of driver, you know, because I want to be able to take turns and all that. I don't just want to go in a straight line. That for me gets boring quick. So I just picked this up yesterday, like I said. Probably gonna do the motor work inside the motor, like the timing cover and all that stuff, and then when I'll pull it out once the upper oil pan gets here, and I'll flip it upside down, because you can do that on these, and then do the work on there, and then make sure everything's cool. But I don't know if I'm gonna disassemble this one right now or later. I'm gonna see. But now I have this, and all I need now is probably like a cherry picker to pull the motor out of that one. We already dumped the tranny on that one, so we already know how to separate it, because you kind of need to for this. I honestly do have big plans for this car. This is not just gonna be, you know, just a basic. I want it to be at first just to get it running, but if I try to throw too many things at it at once, especially right now, I'm not gonna know what's gonna throw it off and what's not. So right now I'm just trying to get it running back to how it was, and then after that drive it for a bit, and then start slapping on the mods little by little. That's the plan. If you guys have any questions on this build regarding this video, this topic, anything we discussed in this video, make sure to drop them down in the comments below, or hit us up on Instagram. I'm always gonna answer you guys, always respond to the comments, every single one of them. And if you guys are excited for what's to come, make sure to leave a fat thumbs up in the video. All right, since we already talking about cars and broken down, might as well tell you what happened to the bug. Everything runs and drives and everything, but there's a really loud sound coming from this side, and I think it's a wheel bearing. I'm not too sure. I need to dive in and check up on it, but it's kind of hard to get two things done when you got two cars broken down. So this one runs and drives and everything, so but I just don't decide to drive it because that noise is pretty loud and kind of concerning. Now, like I said, I did want to upgrade some things, so I did end up picking up some mods for the 350Z, but like I said, I'm not going to slap them on until we get the car dialed in on the current setup. So right here I have chilling a Z1 ported upper manifold. Shout out to my boy Sops, fucked me up. It's another part from his car, torn apart. That's pretty much it from right here. I do got some other stuff in here, so I can't show you everything, but I do got some piping in there, so there's that. Other than that, I don't really want to do anything else right now. I kind of want to track it, see how it is, because she's pretty much dialed in as to what I wanted as a track setup. I wanted a bolted and tuned car, got it. I got upgraded my brakes, got it. I got a nice setup of wheels, got it. I need to get some tires in the rear, so take that one off. Interior is pretty much dialed in, besides the cage, but we'll do that later. This is just simpler to work on. I'm not gonna do too crazy, and that's pretty much it. I got nothing, you know, nothing left to do off my checklist. That was my personal checklist. Everybody's different. Obviously I had to get suspension. Suspension's like the last thing I needed, because I hated the way this thing took corners and stuff. But pretty much to get suspension dialed in is just the front and rear control arms to get my good alignment, and then she should be cherry for the track. So that's what I have planned. Plans always change. My homies always hook me up, so I wouldn't doubt that somewhere down the line something else is going to change bigger, you know. So that stuff always tends to happen. I hope you guys are excited for this car. I'm super excited. I wasn't at first, but I started wrenching on it, and then really starting to, you know, get familiar with the car, and I kind of really started to fall in love with it again. That's kind of what I want to take away from this whole experience. When this happened, I was very excited. I was like, all right, I'm gonna knock this out within like a week max, you know, me working a little bit before work and all that. Got it done a lot quicker than I thought, and honestly timing was one of those things I was really concerned about, just putting the motor to time. I got that thing down cherry on timing, no issues with that. But what I did have issues with it, like I said, the gallery gaskets didn't come out the way I wanted it to, so I redid it. And then that's where kind of things started to go downhill, one thing after another, and I started to lose motivation. And every single time something bad happened, I felt bad, and we need to learn from like situations like that, so that doesn't happen to us as bad. Like, it's okay to react, you know, like I reacted to what happened, you know, then I got a good pump and I felt better, and I executed on plans, you know. I started to put myself in the right place to be able to think clearly, so that I can put certain things in place to get this car back on the road. Like I said, we picked up the motor stand within, like, we checked it out the same day that this happened, and we got it. The part was ordered literally as soon as it cracked. It was ordered, so it should be here tomorrow. Point is, it's important to stay calm because this is your car. You guys got it. You know, if we try to I try to teach you as much as I can, everything I learn. And this like emotional side is like what I'm learning as of like right now, is what I'm getting used to, you know. So when I try to control my emotions a little bit more, when stuff like this tends to go bad, because it's so easy to just get mad and just put the car to the side and then not touch it for like a month or two, and then time flies. And you know, I'm excited to be able to drive this car again. And I'm telling you guys, like, I wasn't happy when this happened. I was really upset, but now I just feel good. I put proper plans in place to have good execution on what's about to happen, so I'm really excited about that, and hope you guys are too, man. If you guys are, make sure to subscribe. I always keep this content lit for you guys. I try to help you guys as much as I can. If I could do more for you guys, make sure to drop that down in the comments below. I'm gonna wrap it up on this video today here, guys. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I hope I was able to help you guys in some way, somehow. The gallery gasket video is gonna come out as soon as I get this car back and running. Is gonna come out. I could put it out now because everything I did tell you guys to do in that video is right, but I want to make sure that everything comes out clean and proper for myself so that I can show you guys. So that's going to come out soon. Be on the lookout for that. It shouldn't be that long. All parts are going to be in this week. I'm probably going to buzz down. I'm going on vacation next week, so hopefully I get it done right before or right after vacation. So with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing, blessed day. If you guys have any more questions, comment down below. And I hope you guys have an amazing, blessed day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.